Alright boys, we are live and we are back at it again with more Apex Legends tutorial. And today we are gonna be talking about rope bouncing, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how to properly execute rope bouncing and varieties of ways in which you can actually do this thing with a controller. I have been wanting to put out this content for a bit now, and I have actually recorded this a few times, but the audio always came out really bad, and I have not been able to get good consistent audio output, so I have not been able to, I didn't want to put out a really bad quality video because of the audio or whatever, so I just not posted a tutorial since I posted my last tutorial, which was a while ago. I was kind of moving up to topic there, but today guys we're talking about rope bouncing, and what I'm going to do here today is show you guys how to execute rope bouncing and how to properly do rope bouncing with a controller. And this is gonna come in use in tough situations where for example, enemies have height over on a building, and you maybe need to climb up to the same level as the enemies without getting shot and beamed to death. This is gonna really come in play when it comes to that. This is one of those things where it's easy to explain but actually quite hard to execute at first. It just takes a lot of practice and time with learning this this movement here to really get it and get how to consistently execute this movement. So without no further ado, let's get right into it. So first thing is first guys, to properly execute this movement here, you gotta have a controller with at least 2 rear paddles to help you jump while interacting with the rope without having your thumb off your analog stick. This is where this really comes into play, having rear paddles. And what this allows you to do is pretty much turn around while interacting with the zip line, just like so, and keep your eyes on your target while interacting with the zip line, if you get what I'm saying. And this helps you just be able to hit your target more consistently while moving around and exploring the map or the terrain. This also comes into play when I'm interacting with a death box to loot while moving. This is going to be a different video guys. I'm going to make a video talking about looting while moving with a controller in the future. So look out for that. If you not follow the page and the channel, this is the time to do so to see future content such as this. You can either swap out your L1 or your R1 button. It don't really matter to me, just whatever works for you, you swap out. It's really entirely up to you. To do this, you want to go to a setting tab, go to a controller. At the very top there, you want to go to button layout, and then customize controller preset is where you want to go right at the bottom there to customize and swap out whatever you want or need to swap out. That's pretty much how you do it. If you have a 4 paddled controller, you don't have to swap it. You could just remap one of your 4 paddles to your square or your X button if you're on the Xbox. That is entirely up to you, man. You make your mind up and make a decision. But if you have it swapped out, this is going to take a lot of practice and muscle mastery to really get the grasp of it, because what you're going to find out that you're gonna keep doing is, because you already have your muscle memory mapped to the square button for interaction, you're gonna keep hitting the interaction button even though it's your tactical you're gonna keep hitting your interaction button for reload, which is gonna turn out to be your tactical ability instead of reload, and it's gonna be really confusing at first, but practice makes perfect. You know, I would advise you to use a character such as Octane, so that when you are moving around in the environment, if you accidentally hit your square button, you are just using your steam, and then you can easily correct yourself to reload with your L1 or R1, depending on what button you remap to be your interaction button. To really understand the rope bounce, there's two different variations. There's the single rope bounce, and there is the double rope bounce. You guys see what I'm getting out here for obvious reasons. What that pretty much is a single jump versus a double jump. Right, so what you want to do is, as soon as you hit your interaction button to interact with the rope, you single jump, and that's how far it takes you. And then if you want to go a bit higher and have a bit leverage to cover more room up in the air, you want to press jump rapidly twice to get you up. And this looks easy. It looks easy on when I do it, but at first it's gonna be, you won't get it. No one gets it at first. You might get it the first time, but it won't be as consistent as I am making it look. With controller anyway. For PC players, this is very easy, but for controllers, this is a lot harder than it looks. It's just one of those things. It's gonna take a little bit of practice to really get this right and to be able to execute it a little bit more consistently than the first time. So just be patient with yourself. Get this a try and hit it as much as you can. If you want to rope bounce and then turn round, you want to go and turn round like that. Once you've interacted and jumped once, you want to go, interact, jump, interact again, and then jump back to your original position. This is to confuse the enemy and make yourself a little bit more elusive on the jump, on the rope, while gaining height on the enemies. If you go up the zipline while there's enemies up the zipline picking, you just get beamed and get killed, pretty much. But if you use this ability here, you cover a lot more ground very quickly, and they don't have the time to shoot you down. And this is pretty much what this helps you do. And you can easily like interact, jump, interact, and then jump again to like interact, jump, and then turn, interact, jump again to like bounce back. Or you could just interact, jump, interact while pulling your left analog back. And what this does is this: it keeps you on the zip line while covering ground, and then you pretty much just cover ground and then get off on whatever floor it throws you up at. Or do this to pick. You could do this and then pick a floor above you to like shoot down enemies with a single shot weapon such as the Wingman, or a shotgun such as the EVA 8 or the PK, and just gets free shots like that. If you have high controller sensitivity such as I do, this is going to be a lot easier for you to execute. But if you have slow sensitivities, this may be a little bit hard. But if you have a sensitivity of at least a 5 hip fire sensitivity and a 4 ADS sensitivity, you should be alright. Pretty much, you should be alright with this. But if you have a max sensitivity, it will be a lot easier for you to execute. That's another thing you need to know. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the future with more Apex Legends tutorial.